MMBTU values are so when you light your stove, you're not getting gasoline in there, it's just going to flash. That's why you're controlling that MMBTU value that goes into this pipeline. So the closer you are to the burner tip, the tighter the control is going to be on what quality gas is allowed through there. If you're back in a large production field, it's going to go through a plant. The plant can accept it and will take it and take the liquids out, and they'll deliver a product that goes in a cross-country pipeline ready for delivery to a retail customer or a home. Okay?
It seems like this method for set pricing is a lot more complicated than just selling it, having a sales point, and not worrying about what's it and engaging this type of contract.
Maybe which plants you sell to, and overall you may make more money with one contract over the other, so you may go to a little more trouble to get it. But in the end, you've got to look at your revenue stream. What's going to give you the greatest return on your investment for that? And quite a few of the fields are on percent of proceeds. Okay.
Okay, so now you know what should go inside the gas that we sell and what should not go inside the gas, right? Okay, so later on we will talk about gas dehydration. So we need to remove water. We don't want water because water can cause hydrate, and water content that is allowed for the Texas or southern part of US is 7 pounds per million standard cubic feet. For northern US, it can be 4 pounds. So when it gets colder, you want less and less water to not form hydrate. Okay. Canada is even colder. You see, it's less. And if we have a cryogenic process, we need even lower amount of water. So dehydration will prevent corrosion, and the method to remove water or dehydration, we have glycol contactor, CO2 batch, and sieve, and several other methods. Okay, and we will later talk about H2S CO2 removal. So now we have kind of enough. Okay, and we will start first thing on this prevent hydrate. Okay, how do we prevent hydrate? So hydrate, it is water lattice. Okay, it's a water crystal structure that has gas inside. Okay, it looks like ice. It looks like that, just like ice, but it's water crystal structure that has gas inside. Gas doesn't need to be methane, but most of the time if we have methane and water, it forms hydrate. So think about it like a crystal structure, okay, very well defined structure, not random like that. And inside in the pore, very fine pore, it's not pore, it's like molecular level, it has a gas inside. So we have, there are two major components that make hydrate form: low temperature and high pressure. So when pressure go up, temperature go down, we form hydrate. So the part that form hydrate is during winter, if you have gas pipeline, and gas pipeline should not have water. So if you have water, it can form hydrate. So gas pipeline, most of the time they don't worry about hydrate too much, okay? But in our facility, if we design the facility, water comes from the well, right? When we produce, it's not just oil, it has water too, right? And when water comes, we want to prevent hydrate. Otherwise, it will freeze, kind of freeze, it's not freeze, it's form hydrate. Hydrate, Victor, that's Victor, hi Victor. Do you think hydrate can form at the temperature above 0 Celsius? Possible. What about below 0? Of course, right? Below 0 we form ice. We can form ice, right? So hydrate can actually form above 0. Like 40 Celsius, 40 Fahrenheit, 40 Celsius, I don't think it's form hydrate. That's hot. Okay, so during winter, we can form hydrate. And it depends on pressure. If pressure is high, pressure high means how high should be the pressure to form hydrate? You wonder? Let's take a look. Okay, hydrate is burning ice because it's the ice and have a methane inside. Okay. So this is a phase diagram. High pressure, low temperature. This region, if we stay inside, we form hydrate. It doesn't mean that if we are at this point, hydrate will form right away. It's not like that, okay? But if we stay inside long enough, we can have hydrate. So hydrate, when we have it, we should have inhibitor. Or so if we have subsea pipeline we don't have line heater, right? So if we know that when we produce from the subsea well, if you have high pressure, of course, right? And if you have water, and it have gas, high pressure, low temperature, can form hydrate. So for the subsea condition, subsea temperature is about 40 Fahrenheit or about 5 degrees C, very cold. That temperature can form hydrate, okay? Especially for high pressure. So if we know that hurricane is coming and we have to shut down for a while, what do you think we should do? Anyone want to say anything? Travis? Akhtori?
Yeah.
What do you think we should do if we know that hurricane comes? Of course, we go with helicopter to the shore, right? What else do we do? How do we prevent hydrate? You have no idea. So, if we know that it will come, so what we can prepare is we remove the substance that can form hydrate. So we replace that crude oil with a stable oil. Okay, cheap stable oil, maybe diesel, put it in, so it will prevent hydrate. So if we replace unstable fluid with a stable fluid, and we shut it for 7 days, and then when we restart, it has no problem. Good? So it's not just hydrate, it can have some kind of wax. Some people don't replace it with a stable fluid. Some people just inject the inhibitor. So in the subsea pipeline, they inject the inhibitor and then they shut down. And when they restart, it works because they inject more inhibitor at that time. Okay? So if there is a hydrate formation in the pipeline, to remove it, they can do it by depressurize. So hydrate, if it is a big concern in the subsea pipeline because the temperature is low and pressure is high. So when they form hydrate, they depressurize the line. So we can, whenever we depressurize it, we move down, right? We go down, and hydrate becomes stable, unstable. Okay, so that is how to prevent hydrate. So if we have a pipeline like this, so this is a subsea pipeline, and we have hydrate over here. So we depressurize, so decrease the pressure from this side. Is that a good idea? Okay, option A, reduce the pressure from this way. Option B, reduce it from this side and that side together. Okay, what's your name? Landon? Why do you think we should do both sides?
If you just drop the pressure from your shore side, you're going to have rocket coming at you.
Okay, it's moved like a rocket. Okay, or some kind of bullet. It's shooting to the surface facility and it hit with whatever equipment over there, and in the past people died because of that. Okay, so when we depressurize it from both sides. So the suggestion from chemical company, of course, inject enough chemical to prevent hydrate to form to begin with. Okay. So when we do the operation, we want to keep the pipeline profile outside the hydrate envelope. So this applies for both subsea and onshore. Okay. And we have to prepare for the case of shut-in. What do we do when we have to shut down? Do we inject more inhibitor or we peak it? So if you have a gas pipeline, this long, and you decide to remove all water, so you can have some kind of peak to remove any water inside the pipeline. Okay, so that will prevent hydrate, of course. So we want to stay outside. Hydrate form at different pressure and temperature for different kind of gas. Of course, we need water, right? So if we have, I'm going to do it right here. The hydrate phase envelope shift toward a lower pressure and temperature as gas molecular weight increase. So if we have pure methane, that is a hydrate phase envelope. So we need quite a bit of pressure to form hydrate. Okay. If we have ethane, the phase envelope move down. So it requires less pressure to form hydrate. So if we have propane, it shifts. So it's not just move to the lower pressure, it's also lower temperature. Natural gas is not just methane, right? It's have most of it is methane, but it's have something else. So the result will be, it's not that line, but it will be somewhere between that line or something. How do I know any of that? I can use PVT sim to simulate the hydrate phase envelope after I know the fluid composition. If I don't have PVT sim, I use the chart. Okay. Okay. I have to tell you that whatever you are about to study in this course, there is the automatic software package that you just click and done. Don't have to do anything anymore. Okay. So, Lennon, why do you think you want to know how to do any of this if you just click and it's done? Is that a reasonable question to ask?
Yes. I want to know whatever the computer's telling me is a reasonable choice to make.
Oh, okay. If the result from computer doesn't need to be correct. Okay. Let's say I forget to put one main composition, or instead of 7 I click 6, so the result is wrong, right? How do we check? If it is slightly wrong, we never know. But if it is completely wrong, you would expect yourself to be able to realize that it is completely wrong. So we have to know the order of magnitude. So if we do the PVT sim, okay, and PVT sim give you the line like over here. So you may suspect that I may put in some number wrong, okay? But if you do something close to this, whatever it is, so that is correct or something. And then you will trust the simulator more than this chart. So when there's a discrepancy between the chart and the simulation, you want to double check, okay? And regardless of who do it, let's say I do it and you do it, I can do it wrong too. So as your supervisor, your colleague, okay? So you check it against the book. Okay, look at this one. We have the chart. So what we need is gas gravity. So methane is over there. What is Sabik? Oh, he's not here. Oh, he's here. Sabik Rahim. Where were you last time? Are you just?
I was in Gutcom because I just came from another country.
I cannot hear it, but it's okay. How much is the molecular weight of methane? molecular weight of methane. So big. How much? Don't ask him. How much do you think is the molecular weight of methane, CH4? Carbon is 12, hydrogen is 1. What about CH4? 16, very good. What is the molecular weight of N? Okay. So 16 divided by that number will give us the specific gravity of methane, about what, 5.5 or something? Okay. So if your natural gas have less molecular weight than methane, that is probably something wrong with the simulator or something, okay? So methane is smallest component. Do we have anything that have lower molecular weight than methane in the natural gas? Can we have hydrogen? No, right? No H2, right? So do we have helium? Maybe a little bit, right? So helium molecular weight would be lower than methane. So if you calculate, so if you have composition, a certain percentage of methane, certain percentage of propane, something, and you calculate the molecular weight, and then calculate the specific gravity, and it's not between 5 to 1, that means something wrong. Or you may have carbon dioxide, a lot of carbon dioxide, okay? So use this chart. So you see for natural gas, let's say specific gravity of 0.6. At 0 degrees Celsius is about 273. So this line, right? So we need about 1 megapascal to form hydrate. 1 megapascal is 145. So 150 psi A is not that high in the tank battery, right? We can have it. We probably have more than that. We have 1,000, we have 500, right? We have high pressure separator. When we say low pressure is, could be higher than 145, right? So look at this range. 1 is 145, 2 is 290. So if your separator operates at 500, your line is about 600, 800, or 1000 psia, you can form hydrate easily. At what temperature? So let's say we want to form at 5 Celsius or about 40. So for 40, if your gas is heavy, even at like 1 megapascal or about 150 psia can form hydrate already, right? So we have to heat it so that it won't form hydrate, right? We have to heat it. This is another chart. Previous one is in SI unit, right? M. Okay, look at this. This M is not the same as when we say MMSCF or something. MMSCF, that M is 1,000, two of them become 1 million, right? But this M is mega, 10 to the power of 6. Don't mix them together, right? This chart is different unit, PSIA. Maybe easier, yes sir.
Same as before, using the left-hand side. That's the section where hydrate forms.
This part is where we have hydrate. If we stay on the right-hand side, no hydrate.
How are these curves developed? Because I've seen in the past that
Oh,
people are
okay.
saying that gas
All right.
developed.
How this curve developed? Very good question. I don't know how to do it, okay, but I know how they did it. Basically, they have a thermodynamic model, has several parameters, and then some assumption, do some calculation, they get the line. Once they get the line, they do the check against the experimental result. Experimental result look like a rocking cell. Add water and hydrate into it, and it's checking, okay, and see if we form hydrate or not. If we form hydrate, then the prediction match with the experiment. So from the thermodynamic model, after they compare and verify with experimental results, then they make software, PPT-Sim. Use it, it's very good, PPT-Sim. Okay. I don't get anything from PPT-Sim, okay? But it's very good. So this is another chart to use. What I asked you is how to calculate this number, okay? That's what you need to know. What do you use for ash? 28.96 or something? Or 29? If you use 29, it's okay. If you use 28, it's not okay. Okay? So you need to know how to calculate specific gravity, put it in, and then we know whether we have hydrate or not. So prevention and mitigation. Formation of hydrate should be avoided. Do not dissociate at the same condition at which they are created. So if hydrate form at a certain temperature and pressure, and we try to melt it, we need hotter temperature to melt. Okay, let's say it formed at 40. We need to go hotter than 40 to melt it. Okay, go to 40, doesn't melt it. So if we decrease the temperature, at 40 it formed. When we want to melt it, we have to go above 40. Okay, the temperature required to melt it is hotter than the temperature when it formed. Okay, hydrate prevention, we can add inhibitor to change the phase envelope. So if we added the inhibitor, instead of this line, it moves like that. Okay, add inhibitor. If we don't add inhibitor, what we can do is avoid the operation that causes the hydrate formation. If we cannot avoid, we can use heater treater that I'm going to teach you. Okay, or not heater treater, line heater. Line heater, you will see in the field trip, it is an indirect heating method. Okay, we heat water and then water heat the pipe. Okay, who have seen heater treater already? Many of you, right? All of you. Oh, should I skip? Have you do the calculation in heater treater? No? Oh, well, I cannot skip. So we can do heater treater, heat the gas stream before and after the choke, or we can heat it just before the choke to not form the hydrate or something. Or we can use LTX, low temperature exchanger. LTX is more expensive, and we can use it to prevent hydrate too. Next time, I don't think we can cover this time. I have 5 more minutes. Don't go anywhere yet, okay? Next time we will talk about Joule-Thomson cooling, and you will have several charts. Oh, what happened to that? There's some strange in there. So Joule-Thomson cooling, I think we have enough time to cover like one of that. Okay. I said before, right, when we have pressure drop, temperature drop too. That's Joule-Thomson cooling. Without knowing the composition of gas or knowing anything, we can do a quick estimation. Okay. Quick estimation, this means it's not that accurate. Okay. Quick estimation is this graph. Look at this graph. So the bottom part is initial pressure or inlet pressure. And in PSIG, 3000 PSIG and PSIA is almost the same, right? So if we know how much is delta P, this is delta P, okay? Delta P of 4,000, 3,500, 3,000 or something. So if we know delta P, then we can calculate temperature drop. And we use a little bit in here, then we get the right, that. I have to fix that. So basically we have TI inlet temperature of 120 Fahrenheit. Okay. And I want to find out if the pressure dropped from 4,000 to 1,000 psi, what is the final temperature? Okay, I use the chart. Something, it tell me 80 or something. We don't have enough time to cover today. Next time, I will go through more of it. Thank you very much to come to class. And I will make homework for you to do on this Thursday. No homework yet. Okay, goodbye. Who missed the class at least one time already? Come see me. Polani, could you please stop the camera?